What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Sunday, July 23rd. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 10-game MLB slate today, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. So I like Lucas Giolito. He's pitching against a low-salary batting team, the Minnesota Twins. Now Lucas Giolito giving up a .726 OPS versus lefties, a .729 OPS versus righties. So he's a balanced pitcher facing 4 lefties and 5 righties. And I like this pick because the Twins have only hit 25 of his last 122 pitches. That's a .205 batting average. So Lucas Giolito is $9,400 FanDuel salary, only $200 more on DraftKings, averaging 31 fantasy points per game on the season. He has an ERA of 3.96. Record is 6-6. Now, I also like this pick because last game, he only scored 2 fantasy points and only pitched 4 innings. And he normally pitches for 6.1 innings is his season average. He can pitch 7 innings if he gets going. So I like Lucas Giolito here versus the Minnesota Twins. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. Okay, so I like Christian Walker. He has a 21% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Luke Weaver. Christian Walker is batting a .855 OPS versus righty pitchers. And Luke Weaver pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 21% worse than his pitch to lefties, giving up a .035 OPS versus righties. And Christian Walker is 1-for-1 here versus Weaver. That one hit was a double. So Christian Walker is $3,600 FanDuel salary, $1,700 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .261, and he scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. And I also like this pick because Vegas thinks this is going to be a high-scoring game. 11 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Christian Walker here versus Luke Weaver. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. So I like Luis Arraez. He has a 9% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Ty Blach. And Luis Arraez batting a .848 OPS versus lefty pitchers, Ty Blach. He's giving up a 1.143 OPS versus lefties. There's no at-bats versus Blach yet. Luis Arraez is $3,000 FanDuel salary, $1,800 more on DraftKings, so I love that FanDuel price. Averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, and he has a batting average of .375. So I like Luis Arraez, especially on FanDuel, here versus Ty Blach. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. So here's a value play, and he's a versatile play too. You can play him in 3 positions here: second base, third base, and shortstop. So I like John Berti. He's got a 9% batting advantage here over that same low salary pitcher, Ty Blach. John Berti batting 22% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .837 OPS versus lefties. Ty Blach giving up a .992 OPS versus righties. So there's no at-bats versus Blach yet. John Berti, only 2,400 FanDuel salary, 800 more on DraftKings, averaging 7 fantasy points per game on the season. But he's been on fire, scoring fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, and he's a batting average of .291. So I like John Berti as a value play here versus Ty Blach.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. So a stud pick that I like here is Mookie Betts. He's in a good spot here versus Martin Perez. He's 6 for 14 versus Perez. It's a .429 batting average and a 1.286 OPS. So I do think Mookie Betts could be a home run hitter for tonight. Now, another shortstop that I like is Ezekiel Duran. He's got a 20% batting advantage over Amit Shahan. And Ezekiel Duran, he is batting 20% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .745 OPS versus righties. Amit Sheehan is giving up a .718 OPS versus righties. So there's no at-bats versus Sheehan yet. Ezekiel Duran is 2,900 FanDuel salary, 500 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. And he's got a batting average of .294, scored fantasy points in 4 out of the last 5 games. Vegas thinks there's going to be 10 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Ezekiel Duran here versus Amit Shahan. Okay, moving on to the outfield position, I like Jake Fraley. He has an 85% batting advantage over a low-salary pitcher, Jose Ruiz. Jake Fraley batting 63% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .925 OPS versus righties. Jose Ruiz is pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, 23% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .948 OPS versus lefties. Now, Jake Fraley is 1 for 2 here versus Ruiz, but one of the that one hit was a home run. So he's got a great start here versus Ruiz. The splits are absolutely fantastic, and he's only 3,300 FanDuel salary, 1,400 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. Scored fantasy points in 3 out of his last 4 games, but they were all pretty big scores. And he's got a batting average of .269. So I like Jake Fraley here versus Jose Ruiz.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.